Hi everyone, welcome to another video, and in today's review we're going back to the War For Cybertron Earthrise series and taking a look at Voyager class Earthrise Grapple. So as we always do in these reviews, before we look at Grapple in detail, let's take a quick look at the packaging. So if we just move Grapple to one side, as you can see it's your standard Earthrise packaging. We've got the logo on the front there and of course his name. Looking at the side, we've got a really cool piece of artwork depicting Grapple there in his robot mode. As you can see, he's got the claw attachment attached to his wrist there, and he's got the hose attachment on the other side. We'll come to that later on in the review. It's a Voyager class figure. Looking at the back here, got pictures of Grapple in both his robot mode there and of course his crane mode. Transforms in 16 steps, and he is compatible with the ramp systems from other sets. And if we look at this side, we've just got that really cool piece of Earthrise artwork there with the art crashing down. Great piece of art. And as normal with the Earthrise figures, it comes with a cutout map section and the red filter for reading the description on the map. I'm not sure which one it is. I think it may be Junkion, but feel free to correct me in the comments because I don't usually take them out and mess about with those. I'm not too bothered. So enough about the packaging. Let's get out of the way and take a proper look at Grapple. And here we are with Grapple out of his packaging, and as you can see, I'm starting this review off with Grapple in his vehicle mode, and one of the reasons for doing this is because I also did that with my Kingdom Inferno review. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link on the screen just there. And the other reason I'm doing it is because I wanted to highlight something on the feet, which I'll show you first. Now, in terms of accessories, before we take a quick look at the figure, he also comes with a claw section, which we saw on the artwork there when we looked at the packaging. And rather than have the hook on the end of the crane, you can fold it inwards and have this claw pegged onto the end there, so you can have him depicted in this way. Maybe that's why he's called Grapple, who knows, but I'm just going to take that off for now and just put the hook back. And he also comes with a blaster rifle, which is the same as the one that comes with Inferno, and he also has a hose section just pegged on the side of the crane there, which we can take off and put on the wrist when he's in robot mode, which again I'll show you later. Now, most people who have reviewed this figure have done so having had that first, and then they've then gone on to review Kingdom Inferno and talk about the improvements on Inferno, especially in terms of the feet. And I'm doing it the other way around. I did have this before I got Inferno, but I reviewed Inferno first, and I did state in that video that Inferno was a massive step up on Grapple. I'm going to retract that slightly. Inferno is an improvement on Grapple, but reviewing it first has allowed me to come back to this figure and take another look at it in hindsight and appreciate that this actually is a really good figure. Aside from the feet, it's an excellent Voyager class figure, and having reviewed Inferno first, I think it's made me appreciate this one a little bit more. Before we talk about the feet, let's just give it a quick 360. As you can see, it's a really nice looking vehicle mode. We've got nice translucent plastic there for the cab, and they've got the Autobot symbol. Nice detail there for the front lamps and for the bumper. We've got painted wheels. Yay! If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I hate unpainted wheels. I just think it's lazy, and it also makes the vehicle mode lose something in the looks when you've just got an expanse of black or whatever across the bottom. Having painted wheels just adds that little bit of extra detail, and as you can see, they spin nicely. One interesting thing to note about these front wheels is the actual wheel center, doesn't spin. It's just the rim that spins. So different than the back wheels where the whole thing spins. So that's quite interesting. We've got some nice paint there, which is a good colour match for the sculpted plastic. Some decent silver details and some paint on there for detailing. So give it a quick 360. And I think this vehicle mode is based on I think it's a Mitsubishi crane or something like that from the 80s. I may be wrong, but I'm sure that's what his original alt mode was intended to be, a Mitsubishi lorry crane. But I could be wrong, let me know in the comments. As you can see, we've got the hose section there which pegs onto the side of the crane. The crane is movable, you can turn it and it extends, so quite a nice bit of articulation there. I'll just put that back for a second. But the main issue with the vehicle mode, and if you've watched any other Earthrise Grapple reviews, you'll know about this, is you can see that I've not pegged these in properly into the bottom of the feet, and the reason being is these pegs are actually hollow and the holes that they go into are a little bit too small for the pegs. So unfortunately, a lot of people have had it where they've pushed this all the way in, and then when they've come to transform it and they've tried to take the pegs out, some of these pegs have broken. So they did go on to improve that in the Inferno release for the Kingdom Wave. They made the pegs shorter and they actually made them solid plastic rather than longer and hollow. I've got Inferno here, and if I'll just bring it in for a comparison, you can see that Inferno in vehicle mode, I've pegged it all the way in because I have no worries about transforming that and taking it in and out. I've transformed this several times and not had any issues. With this one, I've been extra careful, and these have just pegged in. because I am actually worried about breaking them, and I have seen a couple of people break them as well. One of my friends has got this, and unfortunately his have broken. So if you haven't got this figure but you're thinking about picking it up, just do be extra careful with these pegs because they are a little bit flimsy. But all in all, a really good looking vehicle mod, and as I said earlier, having had Inferno and reviewed it before I reviewed this one, it has allowed me to appreciate this one a little bit more. So let's get it transformed into robot mode and we can take a look at Grapple. So in terms of transformation, the first thing I want to do is fold away the hook and then just collapse the crane and then fold it all the way backwards. Just take this whole section off. Next thing I want to do is undo the arms and just fold the entire cab section forward like that. Then we're going to fold the feet backwards like this. Just being careful to unpeg them, as I said. Next, separate the arms here, bring them down and around, and then just turn them this way. Again with this side, bring it down, turn it in. We can then unfold the fists. It's just a little bit awkward to unfold. One thing you can do if you struggle unfolding the fist, you just peg one of the accessories in like this, and it'll allow you to unfold it. Never goes right when you're on camera, as everybody knows. And then with this one, I'm going to put the hose section into there. This section here at the back, so what you want to do is fold the crane all the way backwards, and then this is going to concertina into the back. So fold it there, peg it in, fold this one down, and again this one up. We're going to reveal the head, and then that's going to come over the top and clip into place there. Then let's unfold the hook again, sorry. I'm going to fold that back, bring this around, and there we have Grapple transformed into his robot mode. And as you can see, a really nice accurate depiction of Grapple in his robot mode there. You can take the claw section and peg it onto his arm if you want, so you could fold that fist away and put that onto his arm. I'm just going to leave that to one side. Or you can have him holding his rifle as you see him in the cartoon, and also in his sneaky peeking Transformers the movie. When the Decepticons are retreating at the end, you can just see him in the background firing his blaster with Perceptor. Taking a closer look at the head, you can see he's got a cartoon accurate head rather than the black toy accurate head. So we've got some nice detail in there on the face. I don't think the head is anywhere near as good as Inferno's. They could have done with a little bit more detail in here. I think the only episode in the cartoon where he had a black head was Auto Berserk, I think it was called. I did look this up before I made the video because I wouldn't have been able to tell you otherwise. But other than that, in the cartoon he was depicted with this colour head, so they've gone for that with the toy. But a really nice looking robot mode. We'll give it a 360. As you can see, the crane folds away nice and neat on the back there. It's tidy and it looks great. In terms of articulation, you've got a full 360 degree bend at the arm there. You can hinge the shoulder out to here, and the good thing about this one is you've got a bit of a joint there which hides the hinge, so it actually looks like it's been designed to look like a robot shoulder mode, which is really good. We've got a 360 rotation at the wrist there, at the bicep, sorry. Really good elbow bend. No wrist rotation because the wrists fold in. You can fit the hose onto the wrist, as I said earlier. We've got full waist rotation. Legs can kick forward all the way to there, kick all the way backwards, and they can kick out to the side. And of course we've got the War For Cybertron ankle tilt. So yeah, a really nice looking robot mode, and there's some elements of the Masterpiece figure within the engineering for this. And as I said in the Inferno review, I think they've nailed the look of both Grapple and Inferno in terms of their robot modes. They've done a really good job. Nice detailing across this. The thighs are painted black with a little bit of the spot colour there, rather than just all one colour like we see on Inferno, which is no bad thing because that is right for Inferno, but on Grapple I think it just provides a nice contrast. It looks really good. So what I'm going to do now is I'll get this posed up for some final thoughts, and I'll see you in a second. Some final thoughts then, and if I just bring in a couple of his friends, I think Grapple's a great figure. I'm glad I've got it, and having reviewed Inferno first and then gone back to look at this one and review it afterwards, it's allowed me to look at it with a bit of hindsight and appreciate that it is actually a really good figure. And I think both Grapple and Inferno are excellent entries into the War For Cybertron series. So If you have got Grapple, let me know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think it's a good figure? Do you think it's a bad figure? Have you had any issues with the feet? Or if you're thinking about getting Grapple, if you're in the UK, TK Maxx at the moment have got some leftover stock, and they've got Earthrise Starscream and Earthrise Grapple in some stores selling really cheap. I think they're $11.99. So if you've got a TK Maxx near you and you haven't got this figure, get down there and have a look, because you might be able to grab yourself a bargain. So as I said previously, I think this is a good figure. I'm glad I've picked it up. It's just a shame I don't have Combiner Wars Power Glide. I could have put him into this shot and had a bit of a desertion of the Dinobots throwback. But if you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. Let me know you enjoyed it, and share it if you think someone will appreciate it. If you didn't like the video, rather than give it a thumbs down, just head on down to the comments section. Leave me a comment, let me know what you didn't like, because I always welcome any criticism on my video. And if I see, as I've said in previous reviews, if you leave me a comment and let me know what you didn't like, it will help me make better videos going forward. So any criticism is always welcome. If you're not subscribed to the channel, remember to hit the button and press the bell icon so you'll get notified when I make new videos. Got plenty more Transformers stuff on the way. We've got Studio Series Hot Rod and Cup. We've got the Earthrise Quintesson Judge and Earthrise Sunstreaker. I've got some Siege throwbacks, and I've also got Retro Headmasters Skullcruncher and Highbrow to review. So looking forward to getting those done, especially Skullcruncher. So stick around for that one. I'll leave it there. All that's left to say is thanks very much for watching as always. I do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.